What if you could watch your life backwards? What if you could watch your life backwards? Not rewind it to escape your mistakes, not to fix what went wrong, but to feel again, to see what you missed, to notice the moments you thought were ordinary, but weren't. Imagine it. The movie of your life begins at the end, your final breath, and then you open your eyes. Suddenly, you're old again, sitting beside the love of your life, holding their hand for the last time, but you don't know it's the last time yet. Then you watch it fade and rewind. They're younger now, smiling, laughing, walking toward you on that beach where you first said, "I think I'm falling for you." You watch that moment backwards, from the kiss that made your heart race, back to the nervous laugh, to the awkward silence, to the first hello, and suddenly you realize that first hello was everything. Now you're watching your children grow younger. Their first steps become waddles, then crawling. Their college graduation becomes a kindergarten painting. That goodbye hug turns into a bedtime story, whispered under a nightlight. And for the first time, you hear what they always meant. "I love you more than I know how to say." You watch your career play backwards. The resignation letter becomes your first big promotion. The late-night emails fade into wide-eyed ambition. And the job you once hated becomes the dream you once begged for. You remember how passionate you used to be. You remember the version of you who believed. And then you go back even further, to your 20s, to when you thought everything was falling apart, but really, you were just becoming. The heartbreaks, the ones that shattered you, they look different now. You see them backwards, from the final tears, to the long silences, to the argument, back to the first moment they made you smile. And for the first time, you don't just remember the pain, you remember the gift that they showed you what love could feel like, even if it didn't last. You watch your mistakes, the people you hurt, but this time, you see it all, not from anger or guilt, but from understanding. You realize you were doing your best with what you had. You didn't know any better. And if you had, you would have chosen differently. You go even further back, to school, to being a kid, to the first time you were told you weren't good enough, the first time you believed them, and now you see it differently. They were wrong. You were always enough. You just didn't know it yet. And finally, you're in your crib, tiny, new, unburdened. And the last sound you hear, in reverse, is your mother's laugh, her voice youthful, your father's hands strong, your home safe. And then the screen goes black. But now, let's press play. Forward. Let's go back to where you are now. Today. This moment. Your breath, your heart, your regrets, your hopes. What if you didn't need to watch life backwards to finally understand it? What if today, right now, you began to notice the magic in the ordinary? What if the hug you give today is someone's last beautiful memory of you? What if the stranger you smile at tomorrow was one kindness away from breaking? What if your worst day this year becomes your greatest lesson next year? You are still here, and that means something. You're not too late. You're not broken beyond repair. You are living a life someone else is praying to begin. So say the words. Call your parents. Forgive your friend. Laugh at stupid things. Dance even if you feel awkward. Cry when it hurts. Tell them you love them. And love yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. You may not be able to rewind time, but you can choose to live fully today, to remember what matters before it becomes a memory. Because one day, when your life plays in reverse, you'll want to smile at what you see. And if this story stirred something in your soul, if it reminded you of how fragile, how beautiful, and how human you are, please consider subscribing to Still Human. We tell stories that remind you you're not alone, because feeling is what makes us alive, and sharing it is what makes us still human.